What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
And we are pretty much done
with this horrific
NFL season.
Yes.
Yep.
This may be the worst season of my memories. Like,
yeah.
this is
Really?
really bad.
I feel that too.
I was really young when we were 1-15, so I don't have the pain from those scars. So
That's
in my
true.
memory, this is...
The last couple of seasons we had, they were this bad. They were right around Super Bowls, so it was kind of like, well...
And sometimes who is in the Super Bowl can make you feel like, okay,
I like this
got
team,
Peyton
right?
Manning,
Like, oh, you know what?
you know.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? The Buffalo Bills are playing for their first ever Super Bowl. That'd be cool, all right.
Yeah, look at the Giants doing what the Giants,
we're
like the wild card. Now they about to take on New England.
Even when you have a team you hate in there's usually like, okay, well, I'm going to root for the other team because I want y'all to lose.
But when you hate both of them.
But when you hate both of them, you're like,
it's like,
what do we do?
Yeah.
This sucks. It does.
Just-
It's terrible.
well, I wanted McCarthy to be gone.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
But he's
But
out.
Are we better? I don't know.
Your defense is now run by Eberflus.
Well,
I
I just love your your picks. And
He said that he was tired of people kicking his butt for being in his comfort zone. So he left his comfort zone and hired the offensive coordinator that was already there. Because that's outside of your comfort
completely
zone.
different.
Just a whole new
he's
way
never
for them
done
to
that
go.
before.
No,
he's never used
never.
his offensive coordinator to be the.
Jason Garrett.
Wait, he did. Like, what are you talking about?
He had no head coaching experience. I don't think Garrett did either.
What are we talking about?
How well did that go?
I guess technically he did because he was a temporary
Head coach.
head
yeah.
coach. So when he made him the head coach,
Yeah,
he
was
would
interim.
have. Yeah, so maybe that's not the same thing.
It's going to be definitely interesting to see. But
And it looks
I've
like
heard-
you scarred McCarthy so bad.
Oh, we scarred
He's
him.
decided to drop out of coaching
We
for a
scarred
year.
him. No, I think that's the other way around. I think we exposed him. I think we know now that he doesn't make teams better.
Kellen Moore can't run an offense. He throws the ball too much. He's in a Super Bowl. Dan Quinn didn't run a good enough defense. He shouldn't be the head coach. He went to
Who
the
was
NFC
their head
Championship.
coach? Who
Maybe the problem
hold
isn't
on.
the coaching.
Who was the head coach of all this? MacArthur.
Jerry
So
Jones.
maybe
McCarthy?
we're calling McCarthy.
Jerry
McCarthy.
Jones.
Maybe we're calling his plays. Maybe
Jerry Jones is the head coach.
So it's
Jerry Jones is the offensive
Jerry
coordinator.
Jones has
Jerry Jones is
multiple
the defensive
Super Bowl-
coordinator.
Super Bowls.
No.
McCarthy.
Jimmy Johnson has multiple Super Bowls.
Okay, so when Jimmy Johnson, and he doesn't count for that. He brought Jimmy Johnson. Jones brought Jimmy Johnson. So how do you don't
Even
get
a
credit
blind
for his?
squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Even when it's the first one, no. I'm sorry. That's why when McCarthy got
Yes,
there,
because when a broke clock starts,
Rodgers
it's
was already
close.
good,
And you're right.
and he got his Super Bowl, so he gets credit for a Super Bowl. I don't think he helped contribute.
Okay.
And did they win a Super Bowl after that? Mm-hmm. They win some playoff game, but when it count, what happened? The same thing happened in Dallas. Nothing.
Jerry Jones is the towel boy.
Okay.
He's the concession
How about you worry
stands.
about your own owner and you leave my owner alone? Your
I
owner
think
is not
my
rain
owner
and
needs
sunshine.
to step the hell back and shut up.
Okay,
Keith.
but it is what it is.
Does not
But I'm
know.
not going to blame Jerry.
and
for
the Titans just ooze excellence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but there's a reason why he's taking a year off. If he felt like it was everybody else and not him, I think he'd do it. I think he know he can't make the Saints better because that's not what he do. He don't make you better.
They suck.
He just
But
settle on what's already there and hope that he can squeak it through. And I know he can't do that with the Saints.
so
We need somebody who's gonna make it better. That's gonna
the
improve
top
it.
prospect is Kellen Moore to take that job now. Kellen Moore goes to the Saints,
I think Kellen Moore is a fraud, but fine.
and they go to the
Hold on.
playoffs next
He
year.
can't be a fraud.
Why can't he be a fraud?
He made it work with what they
He had some of the best offenses y'all had.
He had
coordinating.
Saquon running all over this place, and you gonna take credit for that?
I mean,
The Chargers offense was pretty good when he was there.
But they weren't great.
You can't get. You can't. Your head coach is just utterly trash. And there's nothing you can. You
And
can't.
the
You can't.
Chargers look better now without him.
Jim. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
I'll give you Jim and
Okay, so we're agreeing then.
But Kellen Moore has been proved. He has proven offenses that have worked throughout the league.
Or
You may
he
not
went-
have. He may not have.
Or he went to a team that was going to win anyway.
Wow.
You really think Sirianni is the mastermind over there?
No, but I think when you already have extremely talented people already there working together to achieve
Who are you
something,
talking about?
I think you don't give Hurts any credit.
I think Jalen Hurts is garbage.
Jalen Hurts ran in two of the touchdowns himself.
Yeah, because the whole team was running after Saquon because he had 500 yards.
That was early on, the one touchdown.
Yeah,
He's had 500
No,
yards a game
he-
since the
And
playoffs started.
You're right, because Saquon was not touched. So I actually, you're proving my point. So no, you keep talking. Yeah, I think with or without Kellen Moore, I think they'll be right where they are. But I guess we'll know next year if he
He's
becomes
in
the
the
head
Saints.
coach. If
That's
they make
true.
it back to the Super Bowl, we'll know it doesn't matter.
Are we going to be able to take a back-to-back if the Philly go back-to-back to Super Bowl? Y'all going to implode the NFC. It's over.
They ain't beating Washington again. Because that's where we're coming to now. How the hell did Philly get this far?
I
That's just the next. How the hell did we let this happen?
Did I not try to tell you?
I feel like it's the
Did I
same thing on
not
both
say
sides.
it? I said
Call it.
Buffalo should have won that game. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
think
we'll
I got
get to
cheated.
that. We'll get to
Buffalo
that.
should have won that game. But did I not tell you Philly was going to make it right where Philly is?
Yeah, Philly made it.
I'm telling you, they don't lose. I
They're-
don't know why they don't lose, but they don't.
They're not good. I'm sorry. This
No,
is the
that's
most.
not true because they stifle people, and I can't agree. They did. I am not. Look, Saquon
And
is
then
a
other than
freak,
Kansas City, I feel like they had to work.
and I thought with
work
Jason
for these
Kelsey,
wins.
they're going to have it. They were
So
going to
you
have.
feel like they stopped Washington? Washington.
No.
It wasn't Washington badly handling the ball
With
and
some
turning
of
the
those
ball
balls,
over
they
multiple
punched
times.
those balls out.
Yes, because the ball was out here. There was no ball control. There was no focus on anything. They were easy knockouts. Half of them weren't punch outs. They were just light swipes.
Okay.
The one on the kick return, he ran into his own man and dropped the ball. And that's what I'm saying. That's how Philly wins.
Yeah,
That's how Kansas City wins.
The
That's,
team they're playing plays badly. It's not that they play better than them.
but they won.
But
Hey,
they win.
They played. They ran their race, beat who they had to beat, and they're there,
and they have a very good record.
bro. They know
They had a
I-
crazy year. All the good
I
teams
also
were having
think-
these massive struggles and injuries, and it messed things up.
No. What I really think it is, I think it's a great. I'm so happy the Phillies here because it showed they had an amazing run game, and look what they did. We have all these prolific passers. Yes, passing is amazing.
But all the teams that stop running the
look,
ball lose.
running the ball still. Look what got done.
All the teams that stop running the ball lose. They do.
And you had a great running back. Even the Ravens were good if we kept running the ball.
Stop running
That
the ball.
is true.
They had a great running back
'Cause
there
I
themselves.
think it's insane to try to not
Buffalo
act like
kinda
Mark
stopped
Andrews was a massive part of why they lost, fumbling the ball and dropping something in his hands. But if you were running the guy that was clearly
that-
dominating the game,
Was it the
you probably
Texans
would've-
stop running the ball?
The Texans stopped running the ball, even though Joe Mixon was their biggest weapon.
Yep.
Last year in the playoffs, Green
Every
Bay
team
torched
in the
y'all.
Lions
Then
stopped
was
running.
going in and beating. Were they beating Detroit or were they beating San Francisco? San Francisco. They were beating San Francisco. Stopped running the ball and lost. San Francisco then went to
Well, Detroit came in there.
Detroit. Came to San Francisco, was dominating. Stopped running the ball and lost. Then San Francisco went into the playoff or the Super Bowl. Played, got to the second half, didn't run the ball and lost.
Like, you gotta run the ball. It just, because then the Buffaloes try to have a shootout in the beginning. No, buddy, you're not about that. How about we run the ball?
Yeah,
get
you don't.
some
The thing
space
is, you
and throw
don't
it.
want to get in a shootout with them
No, you don't.
because they will figure out a way to score.
Yeah, you need to just
He will
control
make sure they score.
the clock.
But one thing I will say, even though the call somebody gotten, my man knows how to get in the score position.
yeah.
That's what he is. That is one. This year is like every year I have watched him, even though whatever's he has changed in different ways. Before it was all just slinging over the field, 50 yards, 50 touchdowns, 40-yard touchdowns.
No.
This time
he's looked like shit all year. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
he looked
looked
but
terrible.
he has looked terrible. But you still have to manage a game even if you look terrible.
Hold up, we're gonna go ahead and just move to this section. We'll move. The Chiefs are cheaters. That's what we're getting. It's cheating. They're cheating.
They get
He got that third down. He got the first down on third down.
The fourth down?
No.
Oh.
The play before that.
Yeah.
He threw it out to Kincaid. Kincaid was a half a yard over the line. They moved it back a full yard for no reason. Then we try again. Clearly he got it. Nope. You're going to tell me the guy that's all the way over there sees a better... No. I can see overline. And then New York's like, nope. No. You lose to Cincinnati if not for a BS pass interference. You lose to Cleveland if not for a BS pass interference. You lose half your games this year if it isn't for BS calls.
And then unsportsmanlike conduct. And they didn't even hit him. He pushed him, and he still gets you cannot. You gotta hold your defense up. Your defense isn't allowed to play aggressive because every time that something bad happens to Mahomes, even if it's in the parameters of the game, there's a flag. I'm not giving him credit for being able to win through this year, as garbage as they looked with all of the help they've been getting.
I would like to see Philly win.
I don't think they're gonna let him. I don't think they're gonna let Philly win. I don't.
But every time I bet against him this year,
you're screwed.
I mean, same thing.
Lost. So, and
now, like I said, I am literally betting every single category you can put a bet on a running back for Saquon.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to win the game overall because that's something else I've learned this year. You don't bet against Saquon. You go ahead and take the higher numbers because it's going to be that. And it's just what he's done.
Yeah.
But Mahomes and them are not going to be able to lose this game.
Yep.
I think this three-peat was ordained. Oh.
The NFL likes having an evil organization that people hate.
But I think the problem is they got the two most hated teams.
That might screw them.
I don't. It's so many people say they're not watching it this year. Like Philly fans are die hard, and that might help a lot. I think because they're insane.
This isn't the first time people have been to the Super Bowl, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm not watching it," but they have been breaking records, and it's been getting better every year. So you're trying to keep that trend of higher viewership every year.
But you're seeing the same.
I don't think they're going to get that this year.
What was the last 3-4 years? We've seen the last couple of teams in the Super Bowl. So we've seen the same song and dance.
Yeah, I don't need to watch this again.
I wanted to get to this too. I really need. We don't have that breakup of teams like other teams winning. Even during the Patriots, they had it, but there's people who won in between.
Pittsburgh, we had the upsets. Peyton
Indy,
popped in. Rodgers
Saints.
won. The Saints won.
Katrina.
It's nothing but just Chief domination.
I'm like, this is insane. I am really.
And they don't even look that great getting it. Like New England used to shut people out all the way up till the Super Bowl. You know,
they play a very
when
hard
they were
ACW,
good. It was a good New England team, and they had some fishy asterisks. Don't get me wrong. But, it wasn't like every game where you're like, how are they winning? It's just...
And the cheating stuff they were supposed to do would help them. This is literally like shooting the opponents in the leg. It's like you and somebody else are running from a zombie, and you're like, I don't know if we can get so far. And they're just like, boop.
Hold on, the episode Teen Titans.
Even those first,
when he goes to fight Flash, or race Flash, and busts his knee.
Yeah.
I'll just break you. We'll Tanya Harding the other team, and that's how we'll make sure you win.
I'm about to say, I also think, remember, if I'm not mistaken, what was the, I just lost it. I'm so sorry. Because we were just talking about, I lost it. I really lost it.
Patriots?
Wow.
Patriots, yes. Talk about the Patriots. Even those first three that Tom had, remember, at least he was getting hit.
Yeah.
We tend to
he was getting torn up for the first part of his
first couple.
A lot of these rules exist because of him. Because they wanted to make sure that the next Tom Brady wouldn't have to go through this, so they could keep him around.
They did that.
And here we are.
You can't even hit this boy. And even when he's clearly a runner now, you're not allowed to hit him. I'm sorry, was I supposed to move out the way and let him score?
When you saw how they were on those running touchdowns in the game, I was like, what y'all doing? Hit this. I'm like, because he ain't that fast.
But as soon as they hit him, there's
Flag.
a penalty, and then they don't want to hit him again.
Oh, he was trying to go out of bounds. Okay, but he wasn't yet.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that he was trying to. He wasn't going out of bounds. You cannot
Or
process
he
it like
starts
that.
crying and then throwing a
And then there's a
tantrum
flag.
and they'll throw a flag. Like, it's crazy. Like,
I really hope that the officiating gets better. But now everything's gonna be.
And we're watching dudes jump. We're watching
But
Travis
then
Kelce
review-
jump in people's face, and then the other team getting the flag for basically not backing down. Like, come on, like you can't. Mahomes is up in people's face. They're spiking the ball at people. They're doing all the things that everybody else is
Not
getting called
supposed to
for.
be able to do.
Nothing. And then when anybody even like argues with them, they're flagging the other team. It's crazy. You can't keep letting this stuff go. Like, it's gonna start hurting viewership. People are gonna start not caring.
and then I get watch his girlfriend every.
God.
Oh my goodness! I don't care. Like, I don't like.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not against. I'm just. I
And
don't.
they showed her once with this plays.
Oh,
happening.
okay. Sure.
Yeah, but the
Yeah, I
drive is
watched
happening,
plays.
and we're
I missed
looking
plays
at her.
because we're looking at Taylor Swift.
And they gotta recap what we missed.
Mm-hmm.
And while you were looking up at the screen, like, it
Like,
makes
dog,
no
show her at the
sense.
beginning. Give me maybe a halftime, and we can watch them hug each other at the end if you need your little love story. But like, just watch the damn game. Come on, man.
And I think he looks worse since he's been with her.
Oh, he's so
Like,
corny looking. Them ugly haircuts and
he looks so much better with dating black
mustaches he's
women.
giving
I'm just
himself. Oh my
saying.
god, what are
I'm
you
just
doing?
Oh my goodness, his swag is
Like,
gone.
that is giving the kind of haircuts and the like beard cuts and mustaches he's doing. Like, you know them people that get with somebody and they like try to purposely dress their partner like rough
so nobody else
so
will look
nobody
at
wants
him.
them. I mean, why you're purposely trying to make him look like Super Troopers? And not even like one of the good ones. He looks like what's his name, Farva. Like, come on. Does this look spit into you? I'm serious.
Oh,
I think I broke Craig. He wasn't prepared for that one. But
I couldn't drink my coffee.
because you know what exactly what
Oh my goodness. I couldn't drink my coffee.
but seriously, like, dude, what are you doing? You used to be one of the most fashionable guys in like sports, and now you're dressed like a firefighter from the Bronx.
But if Philly fans keep it up, I know I'm voting. I'm rooting for.
Oh my God!
They get on
CJ
my
Gardner
nerves.
Johnson talking trash to Jaden Daniels after the loss. Dog, he's a rookie quarterback with a first-year coach. It would have been embarrassing for y'all to lose to them. You don't get to brag. It's like at some point in time when you're an older brother and little brother, at some point in time, little brother is gonna try to like, I gotta see if I can beat you.
And if he get
You
close,
don't get praise for beating him up. You're the older brother. You
you're
should
supposed to
win.
beat him up.
Like, you don't get to talk to yeah. You see what happened? Like, yeah, he's 5 years younger than you.
And
Like,
he punches 3 times. Like, you have a bloody lip.
and like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Yeah.
And he played phenomenal. He played flawless. The team was fumbling the ball left and right. Like, he played really well.
He had
like, come on.
turnovers, but
And
it's near the end.
when did you hear CJ Gardner Johnson's name? Did you?
Did you?
No.
Which means, what did he do during the game? Nothing.
Did you?
You know whose names I heard? Dijon, Quenya Mitchell,
Yep.
and who's other? Blankenship, the other safety?
No. Slay.
No, the other safety, the white dude.
Oh, Blankenship. No, Blankenship. I forget the other guy. I really do.
Yeah, but the other white dude, and that's what I'm saying. You got outperformed by 2 white DBs. You don't get to talk trash. You got to stay quiet. Like, this ain't quarterback. This ain't kicker. You got outdone by 2 white DBs.
Hang on. White DBs are good.
Okay, and in a couple years, we won't remember. There was a point where people were like, oh my God, black quarterbacks. Nobody cares now. Like, eventually, yeah, Christian McCaffrey gave us a nice little white running back every once in a while. But, like, at this point, you got outdone. This guy getting dunked on by a white guy in the NBA. Like, dog, you gotta hide your face for a
Balls
week.
all in the face.
Yeah, Hey, come on, son. Get yourself together. You were eating hot dogs in the locker room while the team winning, and you the first one talking trash to Jaden Daniels? You know when they dog them twice next year? It's gonna be a damn shame. Like,
Yeah, I had to warn a few people. Like, you making it really easy for KC. Like,
Yo,
Like,
Philly fans is.
they make you sick.
They just make you hate them. They go out of the way for it.
They make
They
you
go
sick.
out of the way for it, and then they act like they don't.
It's just like,
But if they do lose this, say if it's fair and square, right, and they just out lose.
I don't think they're going to out lose.
No,
I think if it's fair, I think Philly might win if it's fair. I do.
I just don't see how you look.
How you gonna stop? Saquon is insane.
I
And
know.
then, like you said, when you paying attention to Saquon, hurts. It's a little,
Yeah.
and he's strong. Like,
Yeah, he can do that.
and
And he does get into AJ Brown.
I gotta
or
say, AJ
Devontae
actually was
once in a-
playing last.
Yeah.
I think that's the most. I think AJ called AJ name all year, isn't it? Like,
I would say all year, but
But
yeah, it was a lot.
That was a lot last
A
week.
lot more than we've seen.
Like, yeah, he was
showed up.
definitely on.
He showed up.
Goddard is really, really coming on towards the end of the year too.
Goddard has been a beautiful person to put on parlays.
Dog, because he has not been. His
My
props
man
are
has
pretty
been.
good.
My man has been receiving out there.
Yeah. Just keep
I've
like
been putting
bing,
40,
bing,
he hits
bing.
the-
I'm like,
hits
oh,
the-
okay. He'll hit that 40 every time.
Yeah. So it's good. I'm enjoying that.
So, but like, I think if it's fair and square, though, I think Philly. I hate Philly, and I think they could do this.
Well, this will be.
I don't think they're gonna let them win. I don't. I think they want this three-peat.
Yeah, I think they do too.
I really think.
I really
this
think
is all
they
they've
think-
been talking about.
I think they feel because of the New England situation. I feel like they feel they need an evil organization. They need a Yankees.
Well, I think they think
need-
everyone likes Kansas City. I don't think they think they're evil.
Well, that's.
I think they think this is what people want.
I give you that. Well, because they cater to the fair weather. They cater to the
to
bandwagons.
the fake fans.
So, this is you see how many people like. Yes, and if next year Denver won,
Then
all of those people would be Broncos
the only
fans.
people who
If
actually
the
are real
Raiders
fans
won,
are from Kansas City. They
Yeah.
the only ones that was there in the beginning.
and that's
are
the other thing
only
I don't
real
think they.
fans.
Well, we got to help. Look at how many people are rooting for this team. Like, for every time a Super Bowl champion has a large fan basis, you have to assume that at least a third to half of them are fake and would root for whatever team is winning.
Yeah.
So next year, whoever wins, they're gonna have whoever won the Super Bowl has the largest fan bases in football, year in and year out, because
Yeah.
that's how bandwagons work.
Especially
There's
if
a
you get
reason that the Chicago Bulls were the most popular team in the 90s.
because they had an era and people like
Because people that didn't really give a damn. I didn't watch basketball, but I'd tune in for Michael Jordan.
I was a Lakers fan. So,
You're also a Cowboys fan, so
I
we
think,
like overrated stars around here.
okay.
But,
All right, I dig it.
All right.
It's gonna be a lonely night in the road.
Oh, don't be like that.
Oh man.
See? Again, overinflated egos.
That's all I got.
But,
But
all right.
anyway, but yo, I think they want the 3-peat, and I think
Yeah.
they're gonna
And they're
help
going to
make
make,
it happen.
it's going to.
But I
If
think
it comes down to one score game-ish towards the end of that game, there's going to be a call that you're going to be like, are you serious? You're going to start. Saquon Barkley is going to break a big run, and you're going to start seeing holding every time he breaks one off. And you're going to be like,
And he's
what
coming
the hell?
back,
Because that's
yeah.
they ain't been happening all year. All them big runs have been big runs. So, but watch. Saquon ain't going to be able to break big ones.
look at which one was it? How the block of the backs? Was that
Kansas City
right?
and Buffalo.
It was like all these.
The one kickback that he brought way back, which kind of helped lock the game up. You're just watching dudes just get cracked in the back and fall forward, and no flag. They picked up. He ran the ball to like the 50, and it's
It was
like,
just like
dog,
one,
1,
two,
2, 3,
three. It was
4,
crazy.
5. Like
It was crazy.
Not gonna call none of that. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna have calls you don't agree with, but nobody is a non-Chiefs fan. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
But when
And
I'm
a lot of
watching
people
the
are like,
game,
they are.
but when
They're
I'm
like,
watching
not
games and I'm
rooting for the
like,
Bills.
okay, well that's not cool. And then you sit there and have because like Bill Burr kind of said to Rich Eisen, like, dude, you're a company man. And he's like, as a Michigan man, the honor. I don't believe I would be associated with an organization that would possibly dabble in ideology like that. Like anybody in any organization will dabble in things like that. People are corrupt. It's gonna happen. So that's you're even more making me
He
go.
ate the apple. Yeah.
Like I'm watching people that are affiliated with the NFL go, this is asinine. I just can't believe people think this. And I'm like, So your NFL license has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Like the fact that your company and your show would suffer gravely if the NFL decided to take that license away and didn't allow you to show things on your show. That has nothing to do with the fact that you don't want to say this, because everybody that doesn't owe the NFL something is like,
Yeah, this is
wow, this is really blatant.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
like I said. I don't think it's the players. I think the ref and the organ. Like
Hey, Bill Burr said it.
Helps.
I don't think it's rigged. I think they're getting massaged.
like
You know, we're playing the game just like you, but when I catch a cramp, I'm playing through it. When I'm not looking, y'all got a masseuse on the sideline, and he's getting rubbed, you know, it's all loose and good. And I'm like, wait, can I even get a Gatorade? And they're like, nope. You know, yes, will having to play with a cramp call you to lose? No, there's all kinds of legendary stories where people have injuries and cramps, and they play through it and still win.
But
But if I'm
chances
having to
are-
play through a cramp and you're getting yours worked out, chances are it's going to help you beat me, especially if we're both top tier teams. That's all I'm saying. Just, yeah.
We'll see.
I got a question though. Well, like with Buffalo, I feel like Buffalo ideas, if we keep stacking our offense and if we just score them, we could beat them. You don't think they should try on the other end, try to get that defense as solid as they can, where they're snatching his balls of the air.
That's what she said. But I definitely feel like they do a lot, and then there's always questions in Buffalo's defense. Like, you have some years where they're like, oh, I don't know if they're pass rush, and then some, oh, there's like when that dude in their secondary got hurt and Elam had to take over. That was, again, like I'm saying, Kansas City isn't bad.
No.
So they took full advantage. Like before he went out, they almost looked like they were about to get their ass beat. Like,
Yes.
they were locking him up. As soon as he went out, they could just pass through whoever Elam was covering every play, and he was catching it. But maybe if you had depth, that wouldn't be a thing. If your pass rush was a little better, maybe, Von Miller's a dog. Milano can back and forth, but in today's league, you need somebody coming up middle. You need a guy on each end.
Not bad either, but they need more. They need more dogs.
And I don't feel like they have anything that really pushes the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their idea is we just keep scoring.
But
I think this means too much. This game means so much to Josh. He doesn't function like by the time he gets it going, it's later. But you could tell this game is more on him. His face is different,
But I also feel as they do address, we need to better the offense to compete with Mahomes. I don't feel they have. Like Keon Cole, they lost Stephon Diggs, and there was another receiver they had that they lost that was pretty good. Gabe Davis, right? Keon Coleman came in. Keon Coleman's good. He hasn't really been
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah.
He's not reliable the entire game. He'll make plays for you. Amari Cooper comes in.
I told you.
Hasn't really done much.
I think Amari.
Don Kincaid is the only thing that's reliable, and as the playoffs has gone on, he's gotten really unreliable. So you got basically Josh Allen and James Cook running the ball by themselves. You haven't really made the offense better. You still don't really have a receiving
I
threat.
don't know when they play
I
other people.
don't
That
know. Felix
offense.
Shakir was probably one of their best this year, along with
And he'd give you a couple plays a game. They
I
don't
know,
have
they've been winning
a
and
guy in the
outscoring
passing range.
with this offense. They have, and they've been looking really good with this offense. But everything comes down to a shootout.
I guess
so.
also for them, they also did for the most part what they needed to do in the games they played. But when they did get in the shootout, sometimes they lost, especially against the Rams.
So I definitely I think they do need to pay more attention to making that defense a little more stout, because I feel like they do get themselves in trouble trying to beat teams when it's oh God, okay, the defense isn't good enough. We got to outscore them. But I also feel like part of the reason that they keep failing at that is because we've seen how many teams is Stephon Diggs going to now that are all right, we're letting him go again. We're letting him go again. So, yeah, there's a lot of talent, but he doesn't seem to be able to really mesh into people's offenses.
Focus, I don't think. I think he's,
and then Gabe Davis was kind of back and forth.
He's looking for women and stuff, ain't he? He's like...
Well, look, Jacksonville's
and he's doing all right in there, but you still didn't replace it. And so you go from an offense that has the talent, but it can't really mesh, And now you've got an offense that can mesh pretty well, but like I don't feel like the receiving core has that level of talent. I need you to put that together if you want to be a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I would definitely help the defense. I think that's part of it because when they do get to teams with good offenses, it does seem like they always end up in shootouts. But I'm gonna need you to really give him offensive talent to help if you're gonna try to go like that.
I wonder who they could pick up and who would go.
T. Higgins.
Oh, there is.
I think Chris Godwin is on his last year of his contract down in Tampa. He's coming off an injury, but that's a damn good of a player.
Miami.
Tyreek.
Yeah.
Tyreek wants out.
Oh.
He played in the cold in Kansas City. I don't think
Texas
I'm
might be a good place for Tyreek.
I think Texas would be a better place for Tyreek too. Who else might be losing somebody? I've been hearing that I think was it Jackson Smith and Jigba has been kind of feeling that he's not.
Seattle. I can see
Yeah,
that.
I think he feels like he's getting lost in the.
DK.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that's who it was earlier in the season. There was conversation about wanting to get out. If Darius Slayton won't take a smaller contract, I think we might be moving on from him. And with Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold, or not Sam Darnold, Drew Lock's bum ass, he's been able to like do things. So like clearly he's still got some. You look at what Sterling Shepard's doing down there in Tampa now. Yeah, our garbage our garbage. Same thing. Quarterbacks, garbages, they are garbage. So that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get bad offensive production. So we have receivers that could do stuff, and that would help in Buffalo too.
Yeah.
But
the offseason's gonna be interesting.
and you know, got the
Well,
draft
no,
coming.
I think if y'all get y'all boy in the draft, I think a lot of people want to see
Stay there.
what happens.
Yeah.
I could see them
Well,
just waiting to see.
I don't think people are going to be completely waiting to see what happens if we get a rookie. I think people are going to need to see us get a rookie
Well, no,
and get a bridge.
I'm talking about the players themselves. They
But that's
might,
even that, like-
I think the players might want to kind of. You don't want to leave and then something like
Amazing
what
happens.
happened with Jaden Daniels.
Well, yeah.
You know, so that itself, they kind of like now they have like a struggling year. Maybe they'll be like, yeah, we gotta go, but.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, even if you get like a Michael Penix situation where like it's not a great year, and even when he comes in, he doesn't look great, but like
there's something there.
I'm seeing some growth. You like, okay, I'll stay, but
You think y'all gonna get Sam Darnold?
I don't know.
I'm hearing a lot of people inside the organization out that's like, I think that is like perfect
And nobody's looking at
bridge.
Cousins.
I am hearing that Cousins may be going to the Browns is the biggest rumor. Everybody, and it seems to be gaining steam.
Oh, poor Cousins.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna get torn up in the AFC North.
absolutely ate
Jason
apart.
Campbell all over there.
Yep. Redskins quarterback dies in the Browns. Cleveland
death.
kills another. Yeah. So, but that's this game is gonna suck.
It might be good, but not.
I know it
Either
ends
way,
up-
I feel like I'm gonna be unhappy.
I know it ends up happening in games like this. I technically end up rooting against both teams. I usually end up rooting for the defense.
Yeah.
So whoever
And
is,
are you shocked who you start to root for? You're like, oh, okay,
I just
I didn't
realized-
think that's who
yeah,
I'd be
I
cheering
really
for.
hate that's
Yeah.
that was how I realized how much I hated New England.
Okay.
When I was rooting for Philly
When I
against
rooted for
New
Philly,
England,
yeah,
I was
'cause-
like,
Because I
I
didn't think
really
I
don't
was
like
going
you.
to. I didn't think I was going to root for Philly at
No.
all, and then I caught myself like,
come on, run! Oh, wow, I'm rooting for Philly.
okay, I didn't see that happening. So it's been a few times where you're just like, I knew I was rooting for the Commanders over Philly.
Oh God, yes.
You know, Jahan Dotson probably felt good in that he got traded from the
Washington
the
into
Eagles,
Philly, yeah.
And then he's like, either way, I was gonna make it to this game.
Although the same token, he didn't do anything. So,
No, he would probably did more for. I thought that was a weird trade for him to get traded
yeah.
because he was definitely shown. He definitely was showing up the season before. I don't know. It was weird.
It's
I
all-
guess maybe De'Ami Brown. They thought he was gonna. Not
De'Ami had a
De'Ami Brown. Zacchaeus was the
They,
big guy.
yeah, but they all had but they made a phenomenal run,
yeah,
and
and they're gonna be very scary for a
And they're-
while.
and
we'll
like-
see. Sometimes it don't.
and
always.
you know, old boy Dan Snyder ain't happy.
Dan Snyder is
I heard
so
Dan Snyder
pissed.
was
I heard
pissed.
he is heated.
I heard he was absolutely livid.
I heard he tried to pull out of the deal multiple times toward the end, and basically the people or his advisors were like, the only thing that can make your image worse
Is if you pull
is
out.
if you don't finish this deal. Like, and then for them to go on, it's like, yeah, like, no, you are that bad of an owner. That's a fact.
He probably would have got Jaden Daniel anyway. I don't know if he got Campbell.
But he would have done what he did with RG3. He'd have kept undermining the coach. He wouldn't have let them coach him. He wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Now, Jaden, I think, is a little bit more of a humble
Mature,
guy.
yeah.
So I could see him. He wouldn't be going
Doing
to
what-
Dan Snyder when Dan Quinn gets on him about stuff. So maybe that would help. But RG3 was a little more humble when he first got there, too. You keep having somebody blow smoke up your butt, and it's going to happen. Eventually, you're going to start to get that, like, you know what? I am the man. I did make an NFC championship in my rookie year. You know what? Holy, yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so... But when you have good owners, they know when to, like, okay, yeah, but you still need to be in the discipline or this is going to go out the window.
Yeah.
I have absolutely. I don't know what to expect. I think from next season, like I think this is. I don't know if this is a good place or a bad place, but I don't.
I'm looking forward to
I have nothing. I don't know.
We have so much. I can't wait till we get closer and closer. But we're gonna be talking about it so much because
Oh, I think if we can get a solid bridge quarterback or a
That's
rookie
what
that
I'm
comes
saying,
in and clicks, I really think we could 9 to 11 wins.
I don't know. There's
Like,
no,
which is crazy because like you like a double digit 10, 11 wins at one point, like before the 17, 18,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
10, 11 wins was like, okay, well, you're number one seed, but like 10, 11 wins could be, we've had 10 wins almost miss the playoffs.
Yeah, like did I think we were going to be in the Super Bowl? No.
Yeah.
Did I think we were going to be in the championship? No. I thought we'd at least be at the playoffs.
you thought you at least been in the dance.
Wild
this year.
card game.
We
you
were
know.
just trash. And then when they started losing and winning,
It was
you're
too
like,
late and
will
it just
you
messed
stop winning?
Like, we don't need this now.
Like,
That's what, the year
My
before
team
we
never-
did it,
My team never did that.
y'all know how to lose.
like, oh my goodness, I need y'all to still be, you're torn because like, okay, yeah, you won, but
They also talk about trade Jeffrey Simmons.
That would be the dumbest thing y'all could possibly do.
Do you know where he might go?
Houston,
No.
Colts,
Nope.
Kansas City.
Patriots.
the Patriots.
But why would you do that?
I have no idea.
Oh God, I hope that's not a truth. That. Wow, I get mad at
But
my
it's-
team.
but-
He whispered that, so he
That'd be
might
like us trading
have,
Dexter
he might have to
Lawrence.
say what he said because I could barely hear him.
I was just saying, because I don't know if it's gonna happen. It's just rumor.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, but there's talks.
I think that's a rumor that
I think his talks he might be getting traded
to New England.
because if that's the
Why
case,
do they do that? Why do they?
I don't know.
They feel like if you trade a star player, you either get multiple players or multiple picks, and that ends in multiple players, and there's
Are
more
they
chance
hoping
of
for
filling
like
spots.
the '90s Dallas team? Like
Basically,
No,
that's
I
the
have-
they
idea.
get all
have-
these mid superstars for us superstars.
I don't know. I have no idea what we're gonna do because if that's the case and we do trade him, then I definitely know where we're going.
You want to talk?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna go Abdul Carter.
Oh, definitely. You're definitely going up Abdul Carter.
Like,
I'm sorry.
I think
you
you're going
gonna
Abdul
fill
Carter
us
anyway.
in?
I think you're going Abdul Carter anyway.
So I mean, it's gonna be interesting, but
But I have definitely heard that y'all are not comfortable with Levis, so there's still talk to make sure that they definitely have something there to replace Levis.
bro,
Yeah.
it's tough right now.
Well, we have Dak, so we're okay there.
Schottenheimer said they're going to be able to win multiple championships with Dak Prescott. He guarantees it.
Ooh, boy,
Hell
He
just freeze over?
could.
no,
Is the hell just freeze over?
yeah,
No, I believe that because we need a running game. We need a running back and a good running back.
If they
We
get
need a
Genty
line that can open up the
and
hole
Genty
for that
does
good
what
running
he
back.
looks like he's going to do, I could see y'all being right back in the
Like,
mix
I
next
don't
year.
think
but
Dak.
they
I think
need their line to get better.
They definitely,
Yeah.
but they put their line together pretty easily. I've seen them get 5 bums.
that
put them
is
together
one
and
thing.
make a
Jerry
decent
is
line.
good. Jerry is good at finding linemen. He
I mean,
is.
I've seen people
Find
laugh
the
at
old
them.
country boys.
Yeah, I've seen
He-
people laugh at them for the linemen they brought in, and they end up having one of the best, like, top 10 lines. And it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So-
they just need some people who can move some people because when y'all have a good running game,
Yeah.
that's when Dak looks best.
That's- yeah.
Off his play action.
He needs help. So I do. I think
Yeah.
we need a
And
running
then with
back.
Dak being able to score through the air the way he can now, if y'all had a dominant running game, because that's the thing, Dak couldn't score at will through the air.
He gets
in
to
Zeke's
the
prime.
he got to the red. Yeah, but he got to
couldn't.
the red zone this
And
year, and
then-
he'll throw a pick or whatever.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. He couldn't.
yeah.
And that was what kind of needed to catch up. Your passing game wasn't there to complement the running game.
And now he's
Zeke aged out. Y'all didn't get anybody else. Now Dak's at that point. Now you have no running game.
Yeah.
So now you're having the opposite problem. Yeah. You're one of the most prolific passing teams in the league, but you're one-dimensional, and that doesn't work.
And eventually they going to read what he's about to do and
so
take the ball.
Y'all got to get another back in there and get some more productive linemen.
Now, I don't think Jerry was thinking of Henry at all until he watched him play for himself. And that's when he was like, we couldn't afford him, which is crap. I don't think he thought about him until, I don't think he ever really watched Derrick Henry play until now you're like watching him like run over us. And I think that's when like, I think he he messed up. Like, I know he did.
Oh, that's why he got so short with everybody questioning him.
Because
you don't start threatening jobs and getting mad at people when you really think there was no way we could make that happen.
Knowing his son or something, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was like, "What about this person?"
And he was like, "Oh no, we're not. We're not paying."
And now you're watching it, And I would not be even
because everybody like, "Oh, they should have gone for Saquon." Saquon was trying to go to Philly. That is what Saquon wanted. That's why he was complaining about contracts that were the same size. Because he didn't want to look ungrateful. He didn't want the New York fans to know, I want to go to your mortal enemy. Because he doesn't want to be the bad guy. He's one of those people he doesn't like for people not to like him. You can tell. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But he grew up in Pennsylvania. He loves Philadelphia. He was a Philly fan growing up. That's where you wanted to go. So he kind of played around and acted like it was us. And then got out of there and then acted like, well, they just didn't respect me. And I'm sorry. You can watch Hard Knocks and keep acting like, well, they just let him walk. That doesn't make sense when you have our owner say, I'm not going to be comfortable if he ends up going somewhere else like this. I'd like to be able to keep him. When you hear Joe Shane call him and go, look, if they give you a contract, can you at least let us try to match it before you move on? He didn't. He just signed the contract and left. His agent called and said, we're signing with Philly. There's nothing we can do. Bye. And I don't care. It's fine. That's your team. You wanted to go over there. You're now in Philly. I don't like you because you're in Philly. This is a rivalry thing. It's nothing about you personally. That's just what's going to happen. Guess what? The Dallas fans don't like you either because you're playing for Philly. The Washington fans don't like you because they're playing for Philly. But it's not a personal thing. It's not because like CJ Gardner-Johnson, people don't like him to his core. Like, he can play on any team and you're like, I don't like him. He talks too much trash and he don't always deliver. Saquon ain't that kind of dude. Yeah. You don't care. It's just, you're a Philly player. I have to hate you. Like,
blame your fans. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But let's not sit there and try to act like, oh my God, Dallas should have done more. He signed pretty much the day after his contract was up. It was like, all right, contract up, Philly, I'm signing with y'all. Bye, Giants, and it's done. Like, this was not a situation where we were like, screw this guy, get him out of here. No, that is not what happened.
He just went where he wanted to go.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
And now they keep telling people, I'm like, I don't think Giants. They're like, the Giants kicking themselves now. I'm like, he wasn't winning when they had him.
I don't think there's anything that would have changed.
It's not like y'all.
He'd have had another pretty damn good season. Probably would have got hurt for having to do too much work, and we still wouldn't have done shit. So he probably would have done just enough to give us like an 8th overall pick and keep us in a position where there's no way we're getting a quarterback. So whoop-de-doo. Thank you. That's what would have happened with us. He would have just screwed up a draft pick, and we still would have been a bottom 10 team. Yeah. It just is what it is.
I agree. So I don't know what to look forward to next year, but as always, next year
the sun will come out tomorrow.
Yep.
So I guess next week we're going to talk about who we truly think can win the Super Bowl. Is that our plans for next week?
Believe that would be the next Saturday show. We'll be doing our picks, who we truly trick for this Kansas City.
Next Wednesday.
The regular show, we'll be doing our end of season last prediction for the awards.
Okay.
Because NFL honors will be Thursday, and everybody will see whether they know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Which, I mean, some of them are dead easy. Like, clearly, MVP is going to Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain things. But there's other ones. Yeah.
OPOY probably Saquon.
The vote is in before the playoffs.
I get that, but
before the playoffs, Lamar looked better than Josh Allen.
I still don't get that.
And it was cut between the two of them.
So, yeah.
Lamar's such a disappointment.
Well, yeah, but that's a playoff disappointment thing.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like Dak should have won more MVPs because like he doesn't get disappointed. Dak doesn't win MVPs because everybody's waiting for him to win in the postseason, and that doesn't make sense. It's not how the award's supposed to work.
Which is not fair because
You can't not vote for
Lamar
him because
don't
it's
work
like,
when the
well,
postseason-
I know he's gonna lose next week, so I won't vote for him regular season.
That's next week episode stuff.
But anyway, yeah.
I'm just,
So
keep everybody in the same page. But that's
and we'll kind of bounce around some other stuff that we're thinking and doing, and
You'll definitely hear more.
Still
about
not even sure what we're doing this
our
Saturday.
Our postseason schedule. You always give you guys a rundown.
yeah, I think we're just gonna start doing dumb stuff. Just do a bunch of crap and see if you like it.
I mean, that's all you got.
That's all you can. But so go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Go
Share.
ahead, hit the notifications. Hit us on Instagram, hit us on X, and
Talk to us. Tell us what you got on your mind. What you think is happening this year, the Super Bowl, all that good stuff.
yeah, I say wild stuff. If you don't like it, argue with me. But
I do.
pretty much, yeah. So we'll see you next time, all right? Peace.